walking around this nature reserve today, so I hope you will enjoy the walk as we meditate on getting to know God. Any time is a good time to draw near to God and to get to know Him more. But when we're ill, it's even more important, especially if there's no cure for the disease that you have. This video is about getting to know God. God knows you intimately and knows everything about you, and He wants you to know Him. Isn't this supposed to be about healing and hope, you might be thinking? Well, the reason I'm looking at knowing God is because how can you even begin to know that God wants to heal you if you don't know what He's like? As the leper said to Jesus, "If you are willing, you can make me clean." He'd heard that Jesus had healed others, but he didn't know that he'd be willing to heal him as well. You may have heard that Jesus heals people, but that was 2,000 years ago, wasn't it? Does He still heal today, and would He heal me? Really, we're saying, what is God like? In Psalm 139, it describes how much God knows you and is therefore interested in you and what happens to you. It says, "O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know my down-sitting and my uprising. You understand my thought afar off. You sift and search my path and my lying down, and you are acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You have beset me and shut me in, behind and before, and you have laid your hand upon me. Your knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high above me. I cannot reach it. Where could I go from your spirit, or where could I flee from your presence? If I ascend up into the heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, the place of the dead, behold, you are there. If I take the winds of the morning, or dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall your hand lead me, and your right hand hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the night shall be the only light about me, even the darkness hides nothing from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you." This tells us that no matter how you're feeling, even if everything feels dark, God sees your situation. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? God is with you wherever you are. You are not alone. Numerous times in the Bible, God says, "Fear not, I am with you." Let's speak that to our souls out loud. Say after me, "Fear not, I am with you." So how can we get to know God? In Psalm 91 verse 14, it says, "Because He has set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver Him. I will set Him on high, because He knows and understands my name." In the Amplified it says, "Has a personal knowledge of my mercy, love and kindness, trusts and relies on me, knowing I will never forsake Him, no never." This is describing someone who knows God, someone who has a personal knowledge of Him. The first understanding we have of God from this is that God wants us to know He is merciful, loving and kind. Then we can trust Him and that He will never forsake us. But reading from the beginning again, "Because He has set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver Him. I will set Him on high, because He knows and understands my name." The person that knows God is the one who knows and understands His name. So that's how you can get to know God, by studying His name, understanding His name. God reveals Himself throughout the Bible gradually, bit by declaring His many names. One of the most well-known times that God said who he was is with Moses. Moses was looking after his father-in-law's sheep when the Lord appeared to him in the burning bush. God tells Moses that he wants him to return to Egypt because he's going to deliver the people from the power of the Egyptians and bring them into a good land. Moses effectively says to God, if the people ask me, what is the name of this God who is going to do this, what do I tell them? God replies, I am who I am. Then he adds, you shall say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you. I am is present tense. God is with us all the time. He's not I was, and he's not I will be. He is always I am. And that's why we don't have to be afraid. Later on in the story, after God has miraculously delivered the Israelite people from Egypt, God reveals yet another name. He says, for I am the Lord who heals you. And it's with reference to sickness and disease. So here we have God letting us know that it is his nature to heal his people. His character is to bring healing from sicknesses and diseases. If we look at Jesus in the New Testament, what was he like? After all, he says, he who has seen me has seen the Father. That means the Father and the Son have the same characteristics. The Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, are littered with the miracles of Jesus, and especially of those of healing the sick, deliverance from demons and raising the dead. Of those that came to Jesus, it's recorded several times that he healed them all. Everyone who asked Jesus to heal them were healed. He didn't turn anyone away, saying it's not your time yet. He even went out of his way to help those who weren't mobile enough to go to him. I'm thinking of the invalid man at the pool of Bethesda, who had suffered for 38 long years. When Jesus asks him if he wants to be well, the man explains his inability to reach the healing waters. They believed that when an angel touched the water, the first person to reach the pool would be healed. He was so infirm and unable to get about, and this shows God's compassion for the man, longing to get well, but not having anyone in his life to help him to get to the healing waters of the pool. Unknown to him, God had seen his plight, and Jesus came to seek him out. Here we see it confirmed that God's nature is to heal people who are sick, and the compassion he has for the sick. He longs to see people healed of being an invalid, of being infirm, of every sickness and every disease, from every torment. Jesus healed them all. Throughout time, God has shown himself to be a healer, whose will is for us to be well. Has God changed since Jesus' day? God says about himself, I am the Lord, and I change not. It also says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So this tells us that we can be certain that God wants us well, and it's not his will for us to be sick. Become like a little child and receive this simply as God expects us to. Accept that he hasn't changed, and as in the past, he healed them all, so in the present, he heals them all. This is God's will for you. Knowing God means knowing his names, and his name is, I am the Lord who heals you.